4 nuts you absolutely need and 4 to avoid for better health. The hidden power of nuts for seniors' health. As we age, the choices we make about what we eat become more critical than ever. Among the countless options lining grocery store shelves, nuts stand out as some of the most nutrient-dense, health-boosting foods on the planet. But not all nuts are created equal, especially for seniors. Some are nutritional superstars that fight inflammation, strengthen the heart, protect memory, and support healthy aging. Others, however, can silently contribute to weight gain, inflammation, or even digestive issues, particularly when consumed without the right knowledge. For seniors over 60, especially those dealing with high blood pressure, joint pain, or digestive concerns, understanding which nuts to embrace and which to avoid can make a significant difference in everyday well-being. Nuts are incredibly rich in healthy fats, fiber, vitamins, and minerals, making them an excellent addition to most diets. They provide a steady energy release, are convenient to snack on, and often help regulate appetite. Certain nuts, such as almonds and walnuts, are well-researched for their heart-protective properties and brain-supportive compounds. Others, like macadamias and pistachios, offer surprising benefits like improved cholesterol balance and reduced inflammation. However, it's easy to overlook the potential downsides. Some nuts are extremely high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in large amounts relative to omega-3s, may lead to increased inflammation. Others may be roasted in unhealthy oils, loaded with sodium, or treated with artificial flavorings that harm more than help. Seniors often face challenges like sensitive digestion, blood sugar instability, and declining muscle mass. This makes it even more important to choose the right kinds of nuts and avoid the wrong ones. In this video, we're going to explore the top 4 nuts that seniors absolutely need to stay healthy, strong, and energized. These are backed by science and recommended by many nutritionists specializing in senior health. But just as importantly, we'll also reveal the 4 nuts that are surprisingly harmful and could be sabotaging your wellness without you even realizing it. Whether you're trying to improve your heart health, protect your memory, support your joints, or simply feel better every day, this guide is for you. So stay tuned as we break down the best and worst nuts for seniors. Some of the answers might surprise you, but by the end, you'll know exactly what to add to your snack routine and what to leave behind on the shelf. 4. Nuts you absolutely need for better health. Almonds, the heart-healthy powerhouse. When it comes to snacking smart after 60, almonds deserve a permanent place in your pantry. They're more than just a crunchy treat. Almonds are a nutritional powerhouse that offers vital support for heart health, bone strength, and even cognitive clarity. For older adults looking to stay independent, active, and energized, incorporating almonds into your daily diet can be a small change with big health payoffs. One of the biggest reasons almonds stand out is their heart-protective properties. These nuts are packed with monounsaturated fats, the same healthy fats found in olive oil. These fats help reduce levels of LDL cholesterol, the so-called bad cholesterol, while maintaining or improving HDL cholesterol, which is beneficial for heart function. Studies show that a handful of almonds a day can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, which is the leading cause of death in people over 60. Almonds are also rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant. Just 1 ounce, about 23 almonds, delivers roughly 37% of your daily vitamin E needs. This nutrient helps protect your cells from oxidative stress and age-related damage. It's especially important for older adults because it contributes to immune function, supports skin health, and may even help slow cognitive decline. Some researchers have linked higher vitamin E levels to a reduced risk of Alzheimer's disease and dementia. Another often overlooked benefit of almonds is their magnesium content. Magnesium plays a key role in more than 300 biochemical reactions in the body, including nerve transmission, muscle contraction, and blood sugar regulation. Seniors are often low in magnesium, which can lead to fatigue, irritability, muscle cramps, and increased risk of type 2 diabetes. A single serving of almonds can help fill this nutritional gap. Let's not forget fiber. A diet high in fiber helps regulate digestion, prevent constipation, and support gut health, concerns that become more common with age. Almonds provide both soluble and insoluble fiber, contributing to better nutrient absorption and smoother digestive function. You can enjoy almonds in a variety of ways: raw, roasted, sliced into salads, blended into smoothies, or as almond butter on toast. Just steer clear of heavily salted or sugar-coated varieties, which can counteract the health benefits. Also, moderation is key. While almonds are nutrient-rich, they're also calorie-dense. Stick to about 1 ounce per day to enjoy the benefits without overdoing it. In short, almonds are one of the smartest snacks you can eat after 60. They support your heart, improve your immune system, nourish your brain, and keep your digestive system on track. All of this makes them an essential part of a healthful aging plan. A small nut with a mighty impact. Walnuts, the brain-boosting super nut for seniors. Walnuts are widely celebrated for their brain-boosting benefits, and for good reason. These wrinkly little nuts are uniquely shaped like a human brain, and nature may be giving us a clue. Walnuts are packed with alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid essential for brain function and mental clarity. For seniors concerned about cognitive decline, memory issues, or simply staying sharp, walnuts are a smart and tasty choice. Omega-3s are known to reduce inflammation in the brain, which is linked to Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. By including walnuts in your diet regularly, you may help protect your brain from aging-related deterioration. Research has shown that seniors who consume walnuts on a regular basis tend to perform better on cognitive tests, from memory and reaction speed to problem solving. But the benefits don't stop at brain health. Walnuts are also excellent for heart health, blood pressure control, and blood sugar regulation. They contain significant amounts of antioxidants, including polyphenols, which neutralize harmful free radicals that accelerate aging and contribute to chronic disease. In fact, walnuts rank higher than any other common nut in antioxidant activity. For seniors dealing with joint inflammation, arthritis, or stiffness, walnuts can provide anti-inflammatory effects that may ease discomfort. They're also a good source of magnesium, copper, and manganese, minerals that support bone strength and reduce the risk of osteoporosis, which becomes more important as we age. From a practical standpoint, walnuts are easy to incorporate into your diet. Sprinkle them on oatmeal, salads, yogurt, or simply eat them raw, but because they're calorie-dense, moderation is important. 1 small handful, about 7 whole walnuts, is enough to reap the benefits without overloading on calories. And here's a bonus. Walnuts may even help with sleep. They contain small amounts of melatonin, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep cycles. That's especially helpful for older adults who struggle with falling or staying asleep, a common issue after 60. In summary, walnuts support a strong mind, a steady heart, and a restful night's sleep. They're one of the most complete nutritional packages you can include in your daily diet, making them a must-have nut for anyone looking to age gracefully and maintain independence. Pistachios are often overlooked, but they pack a powerful punch when it comes to weight management, energy support, and cardiovascular health, all of which are crucial for aging adults. These small, colorful nuts are lower in calories compared to many other nuts, yet they're high in protein, fiber, and healthy fats, which makes them ideal for keeping hunger at bay and energy levels stable throughout the day. For seniors trying to maintain a healthy weight or even lose a few pounds, pistachios are your friend. They offer the perfect combination of satiety and nutrition, helping you feel full without overloading on calories. Because you often have to shell them yourself, they also promote mindful eating, which can prevent overeating, a helpful built-in mechanism for portion control. Pistachios are rich in vitamin B6, which supports the immune system and aids in the production of hemoglobin, the molecule responsible for carrying oxygen in your blood. One of the best features of pistachios is their positive effect on blood sugar regulation. They have a low glycemic index, which means they don't spike your blood sugar after eating. For seniors managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this makes pistachios a much safer snack than refined carbs or sugary treats. Additionally, pistachios contain compounds that support eye health, including lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants known to reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. From a taste standpoint, pistachios are versatile and fun to eat. You can enjoy them as a midday snack, mix them into trail mix, or sprinkle crushed pistachios on top of cooked vegetables, fish, or yogurt for added texture and flavor. Just like with other nuts, moderation is important. Aim for about 1 ounce, roughly 49 pistachios per serving. All in all, pistachios are an excellent choice for seniors who want a snack that supports energy, vision, metabolism, and a healthy heart, all in a tasty, crunchy package. Cashews, the bone and mood-boosting nut. Cashews are another underrated nut that provide critical nutrients for bone health, emotional well-being, and immune support, all vital concerns as we age. With their creamy texture and naturally sweet flavor, cashews are not only delicious, but also incredibly beneficial for maintaining strength and vitality. One of cashews' strongest benefits is their high magnesium content. Magnesium is essential for calcium absorption, making it crucial for maintaining strong bones. Seniors, particularly women, are at risk of bone loss and fractures due to decreasing bone density. Eating magnesium-rich cashews regularly helps support the structural integrity of your bones and may reduce the risk of developing osteoporosis. Cashews are also a good source of copper, which plays a major role in maintaining collagen and elastin, two structural proteins that keep skin, joints, and blood vessels healthy. Copper also helps form red blood cells and supports proper nervous system function. A deficiency in copper can lead to fatigue, joint pain, and lowered immunity, all of which can become common as we age. Another standout feature of cashews is their ability to support mental health. They contain tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin, the brain's feel-good chemical. Low serotonin levels are linked to depression and anxiety, two issues that can affect older adults who may feel isolated or overwhelmed by life changes. Including cashews in your diet may help support a more balanced and uplifted mood. From a cardiovascular standpoint, cashews contain heart-healthy fats that can help lower bad cholesterol and increase good cholesterol levels. They're also naturally cholesterol-free and have compounds that may support blood vessel flexibility, improving circulation and reducing the risk of heart issues. Cashews are also an excellent source of iron, which supports oxygen delivery throughout the body. Seniors often experience fatigue due to mild anemia or poor circulation, so increasing dietary iron is especially beneficial. When consuming cashews, it's best to choose unsalted, raw, or dry roasted options. Cashew butter can also be a healthy substitute for spreads that are higher in sugar or trans fats. In conclusion, cashews offer more than just great flavor. They provide bone protection, mood enhancement, and vital minerals to support a thriving life in your 60s and beyond. 4 nuts to avoid for better health. We've already covered the 4 essential nuts seniors should include in their diets. Now, let's dive into the second half. The 4 nuts to avoid or consume with extreme caution, especially if you're over 60 and aiming to protect your heart, brain, joints, and metabolism. Macadamia nuts, too much of a good thing? Macadamia nuts are often marketed as luxurious, buttery treats loaded with healthy fats. While they do contain heart-healthy, monounsaturated fats, they're also extremely high in calories and fat density, which makes portion control very difficult, especially for seniors whose metabolism has naturally slowed down with age. Just one small handful of macadamia nuts, about 10 to 12 nuts, contains over 200 calories and 21 grams of fat. For seniors trying to manage weight, cholesterol, or blood sugar, this can sabotage progress silently. Over time, even slight overindulgence may lead to unintended weight gain, particularly around the midsection, a known risk factor for cardiovascular disease and insulin resistance. Another issue with macadamia nuts is their low protein-to-fat ratio. Unlike almonds or pistachios, which provide protein and fiber along with their fat, macadamias are relatively low in both. This means they don't keep you full as long and can lead to overeating if you're not mindful. Additionally, macadamia nuts can be challenging to digest for people with slower digestive systems, a common concern in older adults. The high fat content can sometimes cause bloating, indigestion, or discomfort, especially if eaten on an empty stomach or in large amounts. There's also the cost factor. Macadamia nuts are among the most expensive nuts per pound, making them an unnecessary luxury for seniors living on a fixed income. Their high price doesn't necessarily equate to better nutritional value. Bottom line, if you enjoy macadamia nuts occasionally, it's best to limit them to a very small serving and pair them with fiber or protein-rich foods to minimize blood sugar spikes. But for regular snacking or daily use, there are far better choices that offer more nutritional bang for your buck, like almonds or walnuts. Tip: if you're still tempted, try chopping just 2 or 3 nuts into a larger salad or yogurt bowl instead of snacking on them by the handful. That way you enjoy the flavor without the metabolic hit. Pine nuts, the allergy-prone, expensive nut to watch. While pine nuts might sound harmless and are often associated with gourmet dishes like pesto or Mediterranean salads, they come with more baggage than most people realize, especially for seniors. These tiny seeds, yes, they're technically seeds, can cause a variety of issues ranging from allergic reactions to unusual taste disturbances, and they aren't always worth the risk. First, let's talk about pine mouth, a real phenomenon. Some people who consume pine nuts report developing a bitter or metallic taste in their mouth that can last for days. This condition, known as pine nut syndrome or pine mouth, can make all food and drink taste unpleasant. While not everyone experiences this reaction, it's unpredictable and especially frustrating for older adults who may already struggle with reduced taste sensitivity due to age. In addition, pine nuts are a potential allergen, similar to peanuts and other tree nuts. For seniors with weakened immune systems, or those who already have a history of food sensitivities, eating pine nuts can trigger anything from mild itching and hives to severe anaphylactic reactions. If you're introducing them into your diet for the first time, it's advisable to proceed with extreme caution. Another major downside: cost. Pine nuts are among the most expensive nuts available, often reaching 3 to 4 times the price of almonds or peanuts per pound. For seniors on a budget, especially those balancing rising healthcare, housing, or grocery costs, there's no compelling nutritional reason to justify spending extra on pine nuts. They offer some healthy fats, a bit of iron and magnesium, but nothing that almonds or sunflower seeds can't provide more affordably. Pine nuts are also very high in calories and fat, similar to macadamia nuts, with relatively low protein and fiber. This makes them less satisfying as a snack and easier to overeat without realizing the calorie impact. Combine that with their small size, and many people end up consuming several servings in one sitting without feeling full. Finally, some pine nuts, especially those imported from certain regions, can be of lower quality or even contaminated due to improper harvesting or storage methods. This can increase the risk of foodborne illness or unpleasant after effects. In summary, while pine nuts can be used occasionally in a flavorful sauce or sprinkled over a dish, they should not be a staple in any senior's diet. The risks outweigh the benefits, and there are safer, more affordable, and more nutrient-rich options available. Brazil nuts, the dangerous nut when overeaten. Brazil nuts might seem exotic and luxurious, often sold in mixed nut packs or gourmet snack assortments. They're large, buttery, and rich in nutrients, but when it comes to senior health, more is definitely not better. In fact, Brazil nuts are one of the most dangerous nuts to consume in excess, especially after the age of 60. The main concern with Brazil nuts lies in their extremely high selenium content. Selenium is a trace mineral the body needs in small amounts to support immune function, thyroid health, and antioxidant activity. However, Brazil nuts contain an unusually high concentration of selenium. Just one nut can provide over 100% of the recommended daily value. That means eating just 2 or 3 a day can quickly lead to selenium toxicity, a condition called selenosis. Symptoms of selenium toxicity include brittle nails, hair loss, metallic taste, fatigue, and even nerve damage in severe cases. Seniors who may already be dealing with hair thinning, fatigue, and other age-related changes can be especially vulnerable to these symptoms and might not even suspect the nuts as the cause. It doesn't stop there. Brazil nuts are also high in calories and fat, and because of their rich texture, they're easy to overeat. A small handful can contain 200 to 300 calories, which adds up quickly, especially for seniors who may be trying to control their weight or manage blood sugar levels. Overconsumption over time could lead to unwanted weight gain or worsen insulin resistance. Moreover, Brazil nuts are naturally high in phytic acid, which can block the absorption of important minerals like zinc and iron. This becomes a concern for older adults already dealing with iron deficiency anemia or other nutritional gaps. While this is true of many nuts, the levels in Brazil nuts are among the highest. Another hidden risk lies in their potential for mold contamination. Because Brazil nuts are often harvested in humid tropical environments, they can be prone to developing aflatoxins, a type of mold toxin that can harm the liver if consumed in large amounts over time. Proper storage helps, but it's difficult to tell if the nuts you're buying were kept under ideal conditions. Bottom line, Brazil nuts can offer benefits like healthy fats and magnesium, but the dangers of overconsumption far outweigh the positives, especially for seniors. If you enjoy them, eat no more than one nut a day, and even then, not every day. There are plenty of safer nuts with more consistent health benefits. Pecans, the sneaky sugar spike and calorie bomb. Pecans are a staple in many American households. Their rich, buttery flavor makes them a favorite in pies, baked goods, and even on their own as a snack. But for seniors striving to maintain balanced blood sugar, weight, and heart health, pecans might not be the best nut to rely on. At first glance, pecans seem harmless. They do offer heart-healthy fats, vitamin E, and antioxidants. But the problem lies in how pecans are typically consumed, often candied, glazed, roasted in oil, or baked into high-sugar foods. Even raw pecans are very calorie-dense, with 200-plus calories in just a small handful. For seniors who are watching their weight, managing diabetes, or dealing with metabolic syndrome, pecans can quietly sabotage progress. Unlike almonds or pistachios, pecans are lower in protein and fiber, which means they don't provide the same feeling of fullness. It's easy to eat a lot of them without realizing just how much fat and sugar you're taking in, especially if they're coated in syrup, brown sugar, or even honey. Let's talk about blood sugar. While pecans themselves have a low glycemic index, they're often paired with sugary foods that cause major spikes in glucose. Think pecan pie, sweet trail mixes, and holiday snacks. Over time, these habits can contribute to insulin resistance, fatigue, and a harder time controlling type 2 diabetes. Pecans also contain a moderate level of omega-6 fatty acids. While these fats are essential, too many omega-6s compared to omega-3s can promote inflammation, something many seniors are already trying to reduce due to joint pain, arthritis, or heart issues. If pecans are a staple and you're not eating enough omega-3s from walnuts, flax seeds, or fatty fish, the imbalance could contribute to long-term inflammation. Then there's the issue of storage and rancidity. Pecans spoil more easily than many other nuts due to their high fat content. When rancid, they not only lose their nutritional value, but also introduce harmful oxidized fats into your system, which can damage cells and increase disease risk. Bottom line, while the occasional pecan won't hurt, they're best treated as an occasional treat, not a daily habit, especially if weight control, blood sugar, or inflammation are concerns. For better daily snacking options, stick with protein and fiber-rich choices like almonds or pistachios. Conclusion: making smart nut choices for a longer, healthier life. As we wrap up this deep dive into the world of nuts and senior health, one thing becomes crystal clear: not all nuts are created equal. Some are nutrient-dense powerhouses that can help protect your heart, brain, bones, and waistline. Others, while seemingly healthy, can quietly work against your wellness goals, especially when eaten in excess or in processed forms. Let's start with what truly benefits you. Almonds deliver a reliable dose of heart-protective nutrients and can help regulate cholesterol and blood sugar. Walnuts are a must-have for brain health, thanks to their rare plant-based omega-3s. Pistachios stand out for supporting weight management and eye health, and cashews offer valuable minerals like magnesium and zinc that uplift both your bones and your mood. These 4 nuts, when eaten in moderation and preferably raw or dry roasted without added salt or sugar, can play a powerful role in your everyday health as a senior. They're also easy to incorporate into your diet. Sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or enjoy a small handful between meals. On the flip side, we looked at 4 nuts that might seem harmless but carry potential downsides. Macadamia nuts, although rich in healthy fats, are incredibly calorie-dense and easy to overeat. Pine nuts can trigger severe allergic reactions and are often overpriced for what they offer nutritionally. Brazil nuts deliver more selenium than most people need, and exceeding safe limits can lead to toxicity. And finally, pecans, while delicious, often come dressed in sugar and are very high in fat and calories, offering less protein and fiber than better alternatives. The key takeaway here isn't to avoid all nuts that have risks, but to be intentional about the types of nuts you choose and how often you consume them. Think of it this way. Every bite you take can either nourish or burden your body. Making small adjustments like swapping out pecans for pistachios or limiting Brazil nuts to just one or two at a time can have a surprisingly large impact over time. Remember, your health after 60 is influenced more by consistent habits than extreme changes. By understanding what each nut offers and the potential pitfalls, you empower yourself to make informed choices that align with your body's evolving needs. So next time you reach for a snack, take a moment to ask, is this nut helping or hurting me? You'll be amazed how much clarity and vitality you can gain just by asking the right questions. And that's the power of smart nutrition after 60.